If you weren't there, you should have been there. That's really all I have to say about it from a athlete standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, from a spectator standpoint. It was pretty spectacular to see like all the hard work that's gone into creating the event and the course and everything. It didn't go perfectly. There were some hiccups, but um, it was everything we hoped it would be. Extremely fast course and a very spectator friendly course, and just the environment, the atmosphere we were able to create was everything we had set out to do, and to see that all kind of come together was pretty special. From the athlete side of things, we could not really have had a much better day than we did. Marcus ran the fastest time in school history 2 weeks ago, and I told you guys 2 weeks ago that Tommy and Ryan were going to be gunning for that, and sure enough, Tommy took that all-time #1 mark away from Marcus 2 weeks after the fact. Um, Marcos still ran really well. He went for it. He was aggressive. That was something we kind of talked about beforehand, to kind of putting himself out there. He took the lead for a while on Friday, and there was some really good competition, and he still ran a really good time, just a couple seconds off his lifetime best. Ryan moved up to number 10 all time in school history with his performance. And then we had like 3 other guys enter all-time top marks on the men's side. On the women's side, Morgan is now number 7 all-time in school history. Kara is now 11, and Carly entered that all-time list as well, which is something we were kind of could foresee coming. And just pretty excited to see where we're at, getting ready to head into Big East. And just, again, the opportunity those kids had to compete here at home, and just that everything that came together the way it did was pretty spectacular.
Your enthusiasm for that event coming up was, beaming for weeks. Were you a little bit surprised at how geeked up the players ended up being, or the winners ended up being? It seemed like they matched the stage.
Yeah, they did. I mean, even for them, there was a lot of the stuff that, they were out on the course a couple weeks ago, and even on pre-meet, we pre-meeted out there on Thursday, and just the difference between Thursday and we were there a couple weeks ago, we just had some of the flagging and some of those things up, and the lines were painted right, and it started to get that feel. But one of the big things we were trying to create was an athlete and fan experience, and Sports Commission and Cliff over at UNO were a huge part of that. And so getting sponsors on board, and to have an actual finish shoot and signage and team banners and all of those things, and an actual DJ and an announcer and all that, we cut no corners, and that created the event. And so when our kids walked in on Friday, they were just blown away, and they were just excited about what that meant to compete there, and not just for them, but the feedback we've had from every single team that was there, every coach, every parent that was there, just said it was an absolute premier event, one of the top events they've ever been to. It was from our cross country meet, and for us to hear that and get that feedback, that meant a lot. But at the same time, we know that it's just year one, and we're going to keep building. Our goal is for this to be, really special, and we're definitely on the track to do that. We do have some things to fix, like I mentioned, but those will all be manageable. And every team we've talked to said they plan to be back in the future, and we created exactly what we set out to do. It's pretty special, honestly, and our kids were just blown away. And fast times, fast course, that was one of the goals, and they were pretty excited about that too. So.
You're a stickler for details, and you're probably going to be thinking about the things that didn't go according to plan for a little bit, but I don't know. Have you processed what that day meant to you to get it accomplished, and then to have the team run well, and just everything that kind of went into it from an emotional standpoint?
Yeah, no. We were out there all day Thursday setting up, and we got out there super early Friday. But it was probably, I don't know, 11:30. Our team camp was set up right next to UNO. And I just walked over to Cliff, and I was like, hey, come here, I need to talk to you real quick. And he came over, and I was like, dude, you just need to stop. You need to stop and just look at this. And for he and I, we literally just took 60 seconds out of our whole day and just sat and stood there and looked at everything, the cars pulling in and the team boxes and all the signage and flagging and the athletes, and what that meant. I think for he and I, it was something that we talked about for a very long time, that if we did this meet and this course the right way, that this meet and this course would be around long after he and I are done coaching, and maybe if we do it right and well enough, long after he and I are even here. And to have that moment with him, it was pretty special. And I was able to catch Emily and Lindsay from the Sports Commission later on, and same thing for them. I'm like, hey, guys, just stop for a moment, because I think sometimes when you're in that position, it's really easy to just continue to be busy and do everything that needs to do, and then all of a sudden it's gone and you missed it. I will say from a coaching standpoint, I don't know that my coaching hat ever quite made it on Friday. I actually didn't see a single athlete from any school, any gender cross the finish line. Yeah, I didn't actually get to see results until about 7 p.m. We had one mistake, and so my meet operations hat stayed on the entire day to get us through that. But Coach Fayers did an amazing job just kind of stepping up and filling in and making sure our athletes had what they needed from the coaching standpoint. And that mistake will be fixed for next year, and it won't be an issue, and I'll be able to hopefully put my coaching hat on for the whole day.
Where do you want to see this thing going, that event?
Yeah, that's. I mean, we have big dreams, right? Big goals. You know, the first thing is that we actually have meetings with State Park tomorrow, Sports Commission tomorrow, UNO tomorrow already. We're going to circle back up, talk about things that we need to do better. State Park was blown away. They had way more people there than they anticipated, which was great. We'll meet with Olsen and Associates this next week. We do need to make a few small tweaks to the course. And then from there, yeah, it's the high school component of it starts next year, September 8th, and we want that to be a huge event. That it's a regional draw, not just schools from right here in Omaha. And really, I think the biggest thing is I think that schools and coaches will see the times and the performances and hear about this event from the people who were here. And it wouldn't surprise me if our attendance, is next year's is nearly double what it is, and that'd be fantastic. And that will bring with it some other challenges. Do we have to split the race into 2 races based on a university and college division or what that might be? But if we get to that point, that's an amazing and spectacular problem to have.
Maybe I'm confused, but why don't you believe in school records?
Every course is different. So some courses, our course is accurate within 10 feet. I actually, we had, where we'd been mowing and prepping the course was a few meters off, and I actually moved the course a few meters, and I had a coach come up to me and goes, never in a million years would I have moved the course a few meters. But that's something I take pride in, is that we had an accurate 8K, an accurate 6K course. But yeah, for cross country, that's the difference between track. Some courses are completely flat, some courses are extremely hilly. Some courses might be 7,900 meters, and some courses might be 8,100 meters. We're spot on, 6K and 8K for our actual distances. We will be for 5K spot on next year. That's where Olsen Associates came in and did the work to make sure that we were truly accurate. But yeah, that's why it's hard to say school record, because you put those same kids on the same course on a different day, who comes out on the top. Even year to year, Bradley a couple years ago, we ran through 4 inches of snow and 6 inches of mud, and you run Bradley on a great day when it's flat and fast and hard, and you're going to have an entirely different experience. Whereas on a track, it's 400 meters or 8,000 meters or 5,000 meters exactly and weather does change on a track too, but you're not running through mud or whatnot. So yeah, that's why I call it a performance list as opposed to a school record. No, it's good. Awesome. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.